The heartbroken family of a murdered Essex dad of 4 have slammed the killer and his brother for trying to blame Jimmy's death on himself and refusing to own up to the murder. Jimmy Moore was murdered by Robert Crabtree and nazing over a petty row about Mr. Moore waking Crabtree up early. Mr. Moore's family have praised the efforts of senior Essex police officers in bringing his killer to justice and for the jury's swift decision to convict Crabtree of the needless and pointless murder in nazing. Crabtree stabbed Mr. Moore in front of his home after confronting him over being woken up at around 7 a.m. on September 25, 2021. Mr. Moore had arrived to pick up Ryan Crabtree, 30, Robert's brother, for work as they had worked together for several years. But when throwing pebbles at a first-floor window, it woke Robert Crabtree, who came to the front door angry with a knife concealed in his shorts. Following a verbal argument, Crabtree drew the knife and attacked Mr. Moore, who fled the scene in his vehicle but later died from his injuries. Crabtree denied murder, claiming his actions were in self-defense, but a jury at Chelmsford Crown Court convicted him in less than a day in August. Ryan Crabtree was found guilty of perverting the course of justice, where he helped his brother by trying to cover his tracks with the CCTV footage of the incident. Robert Crabtree was given a life sentence, with a minimum prison term of 23 years, while Ryan was jailed for 4 years. In a statement following the sentence, Mr. Moore's family said, "We, as a family, gratefully welcome today's sentence, and we would like to pass on our thanks to Detective Superintendent Scott Egerton, Detective Sergeant Adam High, and Detective Constables John Nottage and Andy Quinn for the hard work they have put into this case. We would also like to pass on our thanks to the jury members who had the skill and the strength to deliver the right verdict." Robert and Ryan, instead of owning up and taking responsibility for their actions, tried to blame Jimmy for what happened. Jimmy's death was needless and pointless, and it's left a void in our family that will never be filled. Our family knew both Robert and Ryan well, and we extended generosity to them over a long period of time, and in many different ways. This makes it even more difficult to comprehend the tragedy of what happened that morning. Victim impact statements from Mr. Moore's partner and sister were read to the court. His sister Bridie Moore said, "Jimmy was everything to us. I feel like my heart has been ripped out and jumped on, over and over. Every day I struggle to believe he is even gone. Since the morning he was taken from us, it feels like the world is on pause. It feels like you're living the day over and over. Every day I struggle to think he won't walk through the gates or thump up the stairs. Sometimes I struggle to function normally, and going out of the house doesn't feel right. Rest in peace Jimmy Moore, condolences to the family."